This Michael Olise is terrifying right now. People have been sleeping on this man for way too long, and honestly, it is embarrassing.
Olise prospering in the Bundesliga.
While everyone is busy making Mbappé wallpapers and buying Mbappé jerseys, there is a guy quietly destroying defenders on the other side of the pitch, and his name is Michael Olise. And if you have not been paying attention, buckle up, because we are about to fix that. The quiet weapon France did not tell anyone about. Let us start with something real. When you think about France, the first name in your head is Mbappé, the captain, the superstar, the guy every camera follows like it has a personal vendetta against defenders. And that makes complete sense. He is the face of French football and has been for years. But here is the thing about being the most watched player on the pitch. Everyone prepares for you. Every defensive coach in the world has a Mbappé plan. Double him, push him wide, do not let him run in behind, make someone else beat us. That is the game plan every single opponent walks in with. So what happens when that someone else is Michael Olise? Because right now in this World Cup, Olise is not playing like a supporting act. He is playing like a man who has been waiting his whole career for this exact moment, and now that it is here, he is absolutely cooking. Like, defenders are genuinely scared. You can see it. The moment that ball goes to his feet, you can watch the fullback just sort of panic internally. It is beautiful, honestly. Let us go back to where this actually started before Bayern Munich, before the Bundesliga, before all of this. Olise was at Crystal Palace. And listen, the people who actually watch football knew. The real ones saw it. The touch, the vision, the left foot that works. Like it has a PhD in destruction. At Palace, he was doing things that made you rewind the clip just to make sure you saw it correctly. But because he was not at Manchester City or Real Madrid or some giant club with a global marketing budget, the mainstream football world kind of looked past him. People called him talented, people called him promising, and while those words are not wrong, they were also not enough. Calling Olise promising at that point was like calling a storm slightly windy. Then he moved to Bayern Munich, and everything changed. Not just for him, but for how the world sees him. In his Bundesliga season with Bayern, Olise put up 15 goals and 19 assists. 15 and 19. He won Player of the Season.
There and all, that's a cracking goal from Olise! Michael Olise!
And the most ridiculous part is that he did not even look like he was sweating doing it. Some players grind out numbers, they work for every single goal. Olise just sort of glides into situations and goes, yeah, I will take that chance now, thank you very much. It is almost stupid how naturally it comes to him. And now let us talk about what he is actually doing in this tournament. Okay, this is where it gets fun, because the World Cup is a different animal entirely. Club football has rhythm, teams train together every day, patterns are automatic, chemistry builds over months. The World Cup is chaos dressed up in national colors, games are tighter, defenses are deeper, margins are smaller, and the mental pressure is unlike anything else in the sport. This is where a lot of talented players shrink. The stage gets too big, the moment gets too heavy, and suddenly the guy who was lighting up his league looks like a completely different player. Olise, he looks more comfortable. Like the bigger the stage, the more he enjoys himself. And that is genuinely terrifying for opposing teams. The dribbling in this tournament has been something else. Silky does not even cover it. He moves with the ball like it is attached to him by some invisible string, and defenders just look silly trying to get near it. One moment he is standing still, the next he has already gone past you, and you are left there wondering what exactly just happened to your afternoon. There is a calmness to it that is almost unfair. You watch him receive the ball, and his body language says nothing. No urgency, no panic, just control. And then in 1 second, boom, the game has changed. That finishing as well. The shots he has been putting away in this World Cup are not lucky efforts. They are placed, deliberately, surgically placed, like he looked at the goalkeeper, identified the exact corner he cannot reach, and fouled it away for later. That is not pace, that is intelligence, and you cannot defend intelligence. So let us actually break down why he is so hard to stop. Here is the thing about Olise that separates him from just being another fast winger. A lot of players need the game to come to them. They need space handed to them. They need the right pass at the right moment. They need conditions to suit their strengths. Olise does not need any of that. Put him against a high-pressing team, he finds the pass behind the press. Put him against a deep defensive block, he creates something with that left foot anyway. Put him against a physical fullback, his first touch takes him away from the contact before it even happens. Put him against a tired team in the second half, he slows it down, picks his moment, and then dismantles them. That adaptability is what makes him elite, rather than just very good.
Olise is the perfect player, I would say, for those front three. because he's capable of giving you the ball on your feet, but at the same time he's capable of giving you the ball in the space.
Good attackers are useful in the right situation. Elite attackers create the right situation. And right now, in this tournament, Olise is looking like the second kind. There is also this thing he does where he disappears for a few minutes. Like genuinely, you forget he is on the pitch. And then suddenly he is involved in the most important moment of the half. And you think, where did he come from? It is honestly a bit rude. You let your guard down for 5 minutes, and then he reminds you that you absolutely should not have done that. And here is why playing next to Mbappé actually makes this even more dangerous. Some people might think, oh, Olise is an Mbappé shadow, that must be limiting for him. And those people are completely wrong. Playing next to Mbappé is one of the best situations an attacking player can be in, because every single opponent's game plan starts and ends with containing Mbappé. Extra defenders shift toward him. Fullbacks stay honest because they are terrified of his pace in behind. Midfielders track his runs. The entire defensive structure bends in his direction, which means on the other side, space opens up, passing lanes appear, and that is exactly where Olise operates. He does not need a lot of space. He needs a moment, one small gap, 1 second of inattention from a defender, one pass that finds him in a pocket, and suddenly the play that was designed to stop Mbappé has just given Olise a free look at your goal. That is the nightmare France have created for every team in this tournament. You solve one problem and another one appears. You plug one hole and there is water coming in somewhere else. Mbappé is the loudest alarm going off, but Olise is the one sneaking through the back door while you are distracted. Now let us talk about something that does not get enough attention. The mental side of his game. Watch his face when he scores. Watch his body language after a big moment. There is almost nothing there. Not in a cold or robotic way, but in a I expected this to happen way. He does not celebrate like a man who got lucky. He celebrates like a man who already knew. That kind of confidence is not something you can coach into a player. You either have it or you do not, and Olise has it in a way that only the very best players do. He plays like someone who has already processed the worst case scenario and decided it is not going to happen. So all that is left is execution in a World Cup where tension is everywhere, where the weight of an entire nation sits on your shoulders, where one bad touch can cost you everything. That mental calmness is worth more than almost any technical skill, because all the technique in the world means nothing if the moment is too big for you. For Olise, no moment appears to be too big, and honestly, that might be the most impressive thing about him. The World Cup stage and what it can do for a player like this. Here is something we know about the World Cup. It is the single greatest platform in football for turning a very good player into a globally known name. One tournament, one great performance in a massive game, one goal at the right moment, and suddenly the whole planet knows who you are. Think about the players who entered World Cups as respected club players and left them as legends. The tournament has a way of doing that. It compresses everything. Every game matters. Every goal is seen by hundreds of millions of people. The spotlight is so bright that you cannot hide in it, and you cannot fake it either. Either you have what it takes, or you do not. Olise has been building toward this. The Crystal Palace years, where he developed his game away from the noise. The Bayern Munich move, where he proved he could perform at the highest club level. The Bundesliga season, where he put up numbers that made people go back and rewatch his Palace highlights, thinking, wait, how did we miss this? He is not arriving at this World Cup as a young talent, hoping for minutes and trying to prove himself. He is arriving as one of the best performing attacking players in European football, fresh off a season that would have been the story of the year if anyone outside of Germany had been paying proper attention. He is arriving with form, with confidence, and with something that cannot be manufactured, a feeling that this is his time. And the beautiful thing is he has not even peaked yet. That might be the most frightening sentence you read today. What you are watching right now, this version of Olise that is turning defenders into confused tourists, this is not even the finished product. He is still in the phase of his career where the game is becoming clearer and clearer to him, where the decisions that used to take a second now take half a second, where the spaces he used to have to look for are the ones he already knows will be there before the ball even arrives. That instinct only gets sharper. That vision only gets wider. So if this is what he is at right now, what does he look like in 2 or 3 years? What does a fully developed peak version of Michael Olise do to a defense? The answer is probably not something any defender wants to think too hard about. France has layers, and that is why they are dangerous. Look, France already had everything before Olise was in this conversation. They had pace with Mbappé, they had chaos and unpredictability with Dembélé, they had quality all over the pitch. They were already a nightmare. But what they sometimes lacked was calm creativity. The kind of player who does not need everything to be perfect to make something happen. The kind of player who can slow the game down when it gets frantic, take a breath, and then pick the right moment to destroy the opposition. That is what Olise adds. He is the part of France's attack that does not panic, and in knockout knockout football, in the tight moments when every team is pressing and every game feels like it could go either way, having a player who does not panic is genuinely priceless. France are not just relying on one moment of magic from one player anymore. They can hurt you in at least 3 completely different ways, and Olise is one of those ways. Probably the least expected one, probably the most dangerous one. Michael Olise is no longer a secret. He is no longer the guy the real ones know about. He is no longer just a talented player on a good team. He is becoming a superstar in real time, in the biggest tournament on earth. And if you are not watching every single time he gets the ball, you are genuinely missing something special. This World Cup might just be the moment the whole world finally catches up with what the rest of us already knew. If you enjoyed watching this, make sure you stick around, because we are only getting started.